Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Senior1Care Conversations podcast, where communication leads to knowledge and knowledge creates an opportunity to be our best self. Thank you for watching. I am your host, Kyle Bossing, and I am the president and co-founder of Senior1Care. And today we have a very special guest joining us on the program. Sue McPherren is the leader and program director of Legacy CNA Training, which has been highly regarded as one of the finest CNA training schools in the entire state. Over the past 7 years, Legacy has trained over 1,000 CNA students and over 800 PCA students and over 1,000 QMAs. The success of the program, which we will get into a little bit later, is off the charts. Which in large part is due to the incredible team that Sue has surrounded herself with. So, Sue, I would like to welcome you to the broadcast. And how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Kyle. Thanks for having me.
Great. Well, thanks for coming.
Sure.
So first things first, Sue, I'm not great at acronyms, and I'm guessing that others watching the program may feel the same way. So before we get started, I'm going to set you up with probably the easiest question you're ever going to answer. Now, what does CNA, PCA, and QMA stand for?
Okay. CNA is a certified nursing assistant. PCA is a brand new position since the pandemic, and that's called a personal care attendant. And then a QMA is a qualified medication aid, and you have to be a CNA before you can be a QMA.
Okay, great. And as I previously mentioned, the school you lead has an impeccable reputation for quality. And for those unfamiliar with Legacy CNA Training, would you mind providing some insight into the history of the school and how it began?
Sure. Well, back in 2013, I used to work for my mom for about 10 years at Michiana Healthcare Training. And she and her two partners only strictly did CNA training. And like I said, in 2013, they received a letter from the Indiana State Department of Health saying that they needed to change the program. They wanted to upgrade CNA training, and the whole model needed to be changed. And so they decided to close the company. And then you and your dad, Carl, approached me to see if I had any interest in taking over their legacy. So hence the name Legacy CNA Training. In 2014, we started the school, and now my mom works for me, along with other fantastic instructors that really care about the school and our programs.
Fantastic, great. And what types of classes does Legacy offer? Is it strictly just CNA, or what other opportunities do students have?
Well, actually, we started with just strictly CNA. Prior to COVID, we had morning classes, evening classes, weekend classes. And then we also offer QMA classes. But since COVID, Governor Holcomb enacted a new position called a personal care attendant. And that is kind of like a pre-CNA class. So you get to learn some of the duties that a CNA can do. And then that you can gradually move into getting your CNA credentials pretty seamlessly.
Okay. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, Legacy has been consistently recognized as one of the best CNA training programs in the state of Indiana. And for some of the new staff that maybe are not familiar, can you share with those watching some of the success that the program has had over the past 7 years?
Sure. Well, I'm really proud to say that over the past 5 years, we've had 100% pass rate for our CNA school. So every single student that's completed the program has passed the state exam. The state exam consists of a skills and a written performance. And when we have a CNA student come to us, we really look at the student and see how we can see them being successful. So we look at each individual because everybody has different learning styles. Some are more book smart, some are more hands-on. So we really look at the student themselves. And that's why I think we have such a strong pass rate for the CNA class, because we really care about what we're doing, and the student really feels that. In regards to the QMA classes, that's something fairly recent we've been doing for the past 2 years. We've had over 100 students complete the program, and we've only had one student fail. So we have an excellent pass rate there too. And I think it comes down to the teachers, the instructors, the students really feel the connection to them and their passion to want to see them be successful.
Yeah, and I know, the teachers that are teaching the students and leading the students, and yourself as well. You can definitely tell that you're passionate about what you do, and there are many times where, before we started working in this mobile environment, that I would leave work at 5:30 or 5:45, sometimes 6 o'clock at night, and there would be one of the instructors downstairs, one-on-one with a student, making sure that they felt comfortable before they took that state exam. So that doesn't happen everywhere, and I think that's a
No.
testament to the people that you've assembled on your team.
Right. And I think there's, people talk and word gets around and everybody just wants to come to us. I mean, but we really do care about wanting to see them succeed. I mean, most of the instructors started out as a CNA.
Yeah.
So, or nursing assistant or some type of aide. And then they went on to their career. And, your dad always says he wants to see us grow. And the employees with Senior1Care, he wants to see everybody take the class, to learn more and to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and as we head into the new year, there's a lot of optimism about the future and putting this pandemic behind us. We certainly have a long way to go. But as you reflect on 2020, what were some of the challenges that you and your team encountered with the pandemic?
Well, we encountered a lot, like everybody else did.
We could probably go for an hour talking about that, right?
Oh my word, we sure can. But so basically, prior to COVID, the CNA program, as you knew it, they had an in-class session, and then there was a classroom component and a clinical component, which included some labs. And then when the pandemic happened, we shut down the school. For about 4 months, we shut down the school. But we got creative, we figured out, and when Governor Holcomb enacted that PCA position, we can help the community. And so we changed things up, and we taught PCA classes for 4 months. And then we looked at a new site to actually teach our CNA classes and our QMA classes, and in a much larger, safe environment, so the students can feel safe, and so that the instructors can feel safe. And then with the help of our Carmel location, because we do have a school down there in Carmel, because there is Legacy and Senior1 down in Carmel as well, they helped us create the virtual classroom component. So not only do we have in-person classes still, we have the virtual classes, and then with the help of the Carmel location, they created the classroom module on Paylocity. So there's all different ways that students can become a CNA. And so a lot of the employees took the PCA class, CNA class, through Paylocity. And then our biggest bottleneck in the South Bend area and Elkhart area was that we had a problem with the clinical component. But I have some really good news that problem is solved. And anybody that would like to complete their CNA clinical and lab component, they can do it now, because we have that problem resolved, and we're excited to have people complete the process.
Well, that's fantastic news. Fantastic. And for those caregivers that are watching right now, what are some of the options if they are interested in becoming a CNA?
Sure.
How do they reach out to you?
Sure. For the Carmel location or Indianapolis region, they can reach out to Annie Lacey with Senior1Care, and also Legacy. In regards to the Elkhart and South Bend location, they can reach out to Roz Summerlin. She'll be glad to give them information, and they can choose what either option is best for them, whether it will be in person, virtual, or through Paylocity. We want to see them get their credentials.
That's great. Now, there's a lot of opportunity with this particular program to to further your career. I know we've had some experiences where some caregivers, they weren't a CNA
Right.
and they felt that they had enough knowledge, but then they went through the CNA training program. And they said, you know what? I thought I knew a lot about becoming a CNA and all the things that CNAs do, but it's as if, I had no idea how much additional information you learn and how impactful that can be when you're taking care of clients and residents and so forth. So again, that's a testament to the program that you have.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people take our program, and it really has opened their eyes, not only professionally, but personally, because, might have family members that are going through something that they've learned in the class, and it's really made them more compassionate all the way around. So it's just a great program. It really
Yeah,
is.
no, sure is.
Mhm.
Well, thank you, Sue, for joining me on the program today. You and your team, as I've said before, are doing such a terrific job in providing opportunities for those interested in furthering their career. And you can tell you're passionate about education, and it certainly shows in the success that the program has had. And we wish you and your team continued success. And we thank you for being a part of the Senior1Care Conversations podcast.
No problem. Thanks. Have me anytime. I look forward to it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for watching this week's episode of Senior1Care Conversations featuring Sue McPherren. Let's have another conversation real soon.